Sixth session topic is Build Rich, Find Serve Experiences on WhatsApp. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome our next speaker, Mr. Gaurav Agrawal, Lead Business Messaging Specialist, India, Meta.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Can you hear me at the back? Awesome. First of all, welcome and good afternoon. My name is Gaurav. I lead the financial services vertical at WhatsApp. Over the next 45 minutes, I will walk you through some of the best practices, and I'll also show you some live examples of how large enterprises are consuming our platform to engage with their customer base, right? So let's just get started. How many of you over here use WhatsApp? Yeah, many of you may be chatting with your friends, families, colleagues as we speak and as we are doing this session. I'm part of the WhatsApp business platform team within Meta, and that's the platform that large enterprises use to connect with their customers on WhatsApp. So our mission is just like we engage on WhatsApp with friends, families, and colleagues, can businesses and consumers also connect and engage on WhatsApp? So that's the mission statement towards which we are working. There are primarily three kinds of engagement that are possible on WhatsApp. And this is sort of a broad definition that sort of I have come up with myself, because if you think about any kinds of engagements, it will fall under these three buckets. The first one is the service bucket. Imagine I am reaching out to a bank and I want my account statement, right? That is me engaging with an enterprise on WhatsApp. That's the first pillar of service. The second one is, the second two pillars, the next two pillars actually are those where businesses reach out to you as consumers on WhatsApp. It could be a marketing engagement, maybe a bank nudging you for a personal loan, or it could be a utility engagement, which is basically anything that is non-promotional in nature. So imagine a nudge like your credit card has been dispatched. So if you think about all engagements that can happen between a financial services entity and its own customer base, it will fall under these three buckets. And what I'll next do is to deep dive into each of these pillars. I'll show you some of the live examples that we are already seeing on the platform. I'm just going to take a quick check. Everybody is with me? Yes. Okay, awesome. I'm going to first talk about the service pillar. And I'll show you two engagements here. One is how you can today actually send voice notes to businesses. And businesses can interpret that voice note and respond to you. And the second one is more of a branch use case, which means that how do you bring offline users online? Basically talking about a QR code. I scan the QR code, I come into WhatsApp, and I continue that journey, right? So the first one I'll show you is an example from HDFC Bank, and the second one I'm going to show you is an example from Axis Bank.
I need the unbilled transactions on my credit card.
Very simple use case. Send a message to the bank and the bank responds. The next one is a QR code scan use case. Folks at the back, can you see the video? Is it like, you can see it, right? Awesome. So this is again a great use case. What's happening over here is today if you go into any bank branch And if you want to deposit cash, you will be welcomed with that deposit slip. And then you will search for a pen. And then you will remember your account number, which is like a large, long 16-digit number. And you'll enter that, go into the cashier queue, and then deposit your cash. What Axis Bank has done here, they are piloting this in 100 branches across India. They have removed the deposit slips and they have replaced that with WhatsApp QR codes. Scan the QR code, fill the journey, what amount do you want to fill. It recognizes your mobile number, so it knows your account number, gives you a unique reference ID at the end of the journey. Present that reference ID to the cashier, deposit your cash, and you're sorted. It's actually very helpful for the bank also for reconciliation, because now they don't have to reconcile physical deposit slips. So both of these are just pure examples of service where the consumer or the customer is reaching out to the bank. So now you can imagine all of your service use cases, complaint use cases, request use cases, offline use cases, wherever you want to get the users from offline onto online, all of those will fall under this service pillar. I'm going to move on to the next pillar. This one's a marketing pillar. So I think this one is going, as a pillar, is going to evolve over a period of time. Today, a lot of us may get messages which we may not want. So I think businesses have to really go a long way in figuring when to reach the consumer and nudge him for something that is of interest to you, where you're trying to upsell or cross-sell a product, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. And the second thing to keep in mind is, most often you'll see these campaigns to be redirects. WhatsApp allows for rich journeys to be built within on the journey itself, so there's no app switchover. So I'm going to just show you two examples. One is of Axis Bank on how you can actually today book a fixed deposit end-to-end within WhatsApp. And the second one is a credit card journey where your bill is about to be generated, but they'll nudge you to say maybe a few of your transactions are eligible to convert to EMI. And you can do that also natively within WhatsApp. So you can see over here natively a fixed deposit being booked in WhatsApp. I'll be talking about some of these key capabilities later in the presentation, so you also get an idea of how you go about building these kind of journeys within WhatsApp. The next one is the HDFC journey of converting a credit card transaction to EMI. Now move to the final pillar of utility, and here we'll cover two examples. One is how can you engage your customers on WhatsApp when it comes to your loan EMIs. How do you nudge your customers to pay on time? How do you take pay now or pay later promise? How do you give a native payment link within WhatsApp to collect the EMI? And that's the first video that you'll see. What's not covered in that use case also is the fact that because it's a two-way platform, and let's say you have a customer whose EMI is due and he is not paying, you could actually give him an offer and renegotiate the amount. So if he is due for, let's say, 20,000, you can give him a 10% discount and say that, hey, why don't you pay the balance amount and close your loan account, right? So it actually helps you manage debt and actually impact your NPA on the balance sheet. So this is not just a reminder channel, but you can actually go ahead and manage your collections on the platform. The second one is a personal example. So I've put up my own video there. This is a transaction value that I tried on a POS machine using my HDFC card, and to my surprise, the machine gave me a decline. So what happened next is what this video sort of covers. So I'll play the first one. Just going to try it once again. I'm not sure if the first video is playing. I'll walk through the video later. Let's look at the second one. So if you could see there, I tried 8.5 lakh transaction at Breach Candy Hospital for a hospitalization for a family member, and the card got declined. So I instantly got an alert on WhatsApp, and the click to action for that alert was increase your card limit. So it informed me that my POS limit was set lower than the 8.5 lakh rupee transaction I was trying to make. And that's when I learned that there are different kinds of limits and not just your overall limit on the card, right? So in this journey, what you saw is they allowed me to change the limit. I increased my limit to 15 lakhs. They triggered an SMS OTP to me. I put that SMS OTP there in the journey, and they increased the limit right there. And within 30 seconds, while standing at the POS machine, I retried the transaction and it went through. So this is a classic example of utility alerts, which are non-promotional in nature. High degree of impact. So what I'll cover, now that I've covered the three pillars, I'm quickly going to show you one video which will give you an idea of what kind of impact metrics these kind of use cases can drive. Oops. Are you able to control it at the back?
I need the unbilled transactions on my credit card.
So you can see over there, specifically on the card decline use case, 15% of the card declines were recovered. That's a huge number. What you're effectively saying is, of the 100 customers who got a card decline and who were nudged on WhatsApp, 15 of those users changed the card limit, retried the transaction, and the transaction went through. It's actually achieving a couple of things over here. One, great user experience, because mostly if it happens, and when it happened to me as a user as well, I would have stepped out of the queue and tried to figure out how to change my card limit. Or first of all, I would have tried to figure out why my card declined in the first place. I would have struggled. I would have called a contact center. I would have got some information. Or if I was really tech savvy, maybe I would have gone onto the mobile banking app and tried to figure where in the app I would go and change that limit, right? So I had a great experience because I was nudged at the right time and it allowed me to take action. It was a great outcome for the bank also, because 15% of the transactions are now actually going through, and the bank has an opportunity to later convert it to EMI. So it's business for the bank as well. So if you think about customer experience and you think about all the three pillars of service, marketing, and utility, it can drive a holistic engagement for your customer rather than it being a standalone marketing platform only. What I'll do now is I'll quickly walk you through one sort of a journey illustration which brings together a bunch of capabilities. And I'll then walk you through those capabilities as well so you understand what it takes to build a journey at scale, right? So imagine a fictitious bank. It's a downtown bank and they are trying to target, let's say, working professionals in metros. And I'm their target. So if you can see in this journey here, I'll try to switch to this. Can you switch me to this one? Yes, so if you can see, there are 4 screens here and I'll walk you through each of them so you completely understand what's happening over here. The first one is the ad that Downtown Bank shows to me because they are trying to, I'm an NTB, right, new to bank user, and I'm falling in their target of a working professional in a metro. So they show me this ad. It's for opening a savings account, and the click to action for that ad takes me from Facebook or Instagram to WhatsApp. And all of these assets, of course, are part of Meta itself. So it's called as a click to WhatsApp ad. I click there, I come on WhatsApp, and I send this message to Downtown Bank saying I want to open a savings account with you. So from the ad, I've come on to WhatsApp and I've sent a pre-configured message to the bank on WhatsApp. That pre-configured message is designed by the bank. So it's pre-filled. I just have to press send on WhatsApp, and that's when the conversation begins on WhatsApp. And using those keywords, the bank knows that I have come through an ad and I'm looking to open a savings account. So it will not give me the regular menu experience for its existing customers. It will now give me a micro journey for opening a savings account. So the bot responds and gives me some of the benefits of Downtown Bank, including 9.5% interest rate with monthly credit. I think all of us will shift to that bank instantly. I say, okay, great, 9.5% interest, I want to apply right away. So I have no other questions, I want to apply. I'm an ideal customer, so I click on that. In the third screen, the bank, because WhatsApp is a rich media platform, it can choose to send me a 30-second video on what to expect when I'm opening a digital savings account for Downtown Bank on WhatsApp. I understand the video and I click on the click to action fill form. And on the fourth screen, there is a pop-up which is something called as WhatsApp flows. And I'll be talking about these capabilities. This is the experience which allows you to capture 3, 4, 5, 6 multiple inputs from the user in one go, because otherwise WhatsApp would be conversation. So you would have to ask me 20 questions to fill the form. Not a great experience. So we launched this product called as WhatsApp Flows. Now it allows banks to create this custom journey to capture information. So I'm giving some basic information about myself to open an account with them. So if you see in this phase, ideally a lead is generated. And the point at which the lead was generated was when I sent this message in the first screen where I want to open a savings account, because that's the time the bank got my mobile number. So the lead got generated there, and through that form at the end, maybe the lead got qualified a little bit more because now you're capturing some inputs from me. I move on, I fill in some more details. You see my PAN card, my annual income, all of those inputs I put in over there. And then on the second screen, you can see I've submitted the form. So it says sent. So those form inputs don't reside within the chat. They have been filled in the form and sent back to the bank. So your PII data is not residing within the chat thread at all. It's sent back to you through that form. You can choose to use multimedia again in the third screen and send me a PDF file of the application I've just filled. I confirm that all details are okay. And there you've actually gone from lead generation to acquisition, all within WhatsApp. You can move forward. I'm an ideal customer, so I want to do everything in one go. It doesn't happen in the real world, but I want to now go ahead and do a video KYC. So you nudge me saying, would you like to do it now? I say, yes, let's do it. You redirect me outside the platform. I complete my video KYC. I come back, and then you can see over here that the call has been concluded, and they've given me some basic details about my account number, my branch, my IFC details. So you've actually now gone ahead and completed the KYC. The beauty here is that because WhatsApp is a persistent chat thread and you can continue your engagement, you don't have to stop at acquisition. You can move forward from acquisition and actually go to onboarding. From a bank's perspective, I know the answer is already there on the slide, but what's the first step of onboarding for a bank? Fund the account, right? Account में पैसा नहीं है तो कोई कुछ करेगा ही नहीं, dormant हो जाएगा account. So you nudge the user right there on WhatsApp itself to say that, would you like to fund the account? I say yes. They ask me what amount. I say 500 rupees. They say, okay, great. And they give me a pay now link. So I talked in the first slide, I spoke about the click to WhatsApp ad. Then I showed you the WhatsApp form. The third capability now I'm bringing over here is payment integration. So natively within WhatsApp now, through any of the UPI apps or through net banking, credit card, whatever means, I can now actually fund my newly created account with 500 rupees. Again, that journey is within WhatsApp. I complete that, you give me a confirmation that my account has been credited. So you have now gone ahead and onboarded the customer as well. We'll take a step forward in this journey. Now I have a savings account with you. Now the bank wants to reach me and wants to nudge me to say, hey, we've also got great cards. So maybe after a few days, not immediately, but maybe after a week or two, hopefully you'll give me some respite. So you will then nudge me. And over here you can see on the screen, the bank is now sending me a marketing communication saying that you are eligible for a free lifetime credit card. So now that I've been onboarded, now you don't need to target me through ads. You can straight away reach my inbox in WhatsApp and nudge me to take this credit card. Now I want to see the card options. There's something called as a carousel capability. So I can now swipe right and see the card options that you have. Maybe you have cards on shopping, on dining, on travel. I click on know more for your shopping card and you give me the details of the shopping credit card, what kind of offers and reward points I have, and then you give me a click to action. Ideal click to action would be dispatch the card. But I now want to know a little bit more. So you also give me the option to talk to a live agent. So now I'm going to talk about the fourth capability where we have recently launched this. We just went live in the month of July, where outside of chatting with the bank, I can now also have a WhatsApp calling with the bank where the call terminates on their contact center. So I say, okay, I want to talk to a live agent. They give me the option to do a voice call. I start the call for about 2.5 minutes. I talk to the live agent where I want to know a little bit more about the card. The call terminates. The agent triggers this message saying that, hey, thank you for speaking with us. Would you like to go ahead with the shopping card? I say yes. And the last message then is, hey, you made a great choice. Your card will be dispatched in 48 hours. Now to end this journey, after 48 hours, I then get a utility nudge from the bank where it's informing me that, hey, here is your tracking number and your card will be dispatched today. So if you can see over here, there is a possibility for every engagement from a customer lifecycle perspective, right from finding that user through an ad on Instagram or Facebook, to qualifying your leads, to acquiring the customer, to onboarding the customer, to cross-sell and upsell the other products that you want the customer to be aware about, and then also important utility nudges. All of those are possible, while at any time, of course, the user can nudge for any service query that he or she may have. So what's basically happened over here is a bunch of capabilities have come together, and I'll quickly walk through what these capabilities are. The first one is the form experience, which you saw. This is basically something called as WhatsApp flows. It's sort of building blocks that we provide to you for the business to design a bespoke experience, a bespoke form experience within WhatsApp. That was where you saw in the lead where I was entering my details to open the savings account. There is an alternative to this. What feedback we get is that obviously it's very difficult to build these extensive form journeys on WhatsApp, and some of the businesses have very rich web journeys already existing. So the ask was that, hey, instead of filling this form, can I get the user onto my web experience and get him to fill the experience there? The answer is it's possible. Over here you can see when this business has sent me this message, and when I click on view all plans, you see an arrow going outward. Basically what that means is that I'm going to go outside of WhatsApp. But when I click there, what's important over there is that the web experience has opened within WhatsApp itself. So at the top you would see it's WhatsApp. So we've actually launched our own browser. So now from my phone, the WhatsApp is not going to switch to the system browser, where you may see drop-offs and context not being transferred. But your web experience will open within WhatsApp itself. It's something called as web views. It's not fully launched. Today I think it's rolled out to about 20 to 30% of the WhatsApp consumers in India. But in this calendar year, it will be rolled out to all of us. So it's a consumer side rollout. As our apps upgrade, you will start noticing, and it will give you a first time nudge also that, hey, from now on, you'll see these links opening within WhatsApp, and you'll be able to see that it's opened as a WhatsApp browser within our app itself. So that's the first experience, that you can build your form experiences two ways. You can do a mix of both. Some lead qualification you can do through WhatsApp flows, and maybe a larger journey you can do through web views on your own web page. The second one was payments. There are two kinds of checkouts possible. First is it automatically gives you the option of all the UPI apps on your phone. So it will give you those options. You can choose any of those UPI apps, whether you want to choose WhatsApp Pay or GPay or PhonePe. You choose that to make your payment. Or we've also integrated with a few of the payment gateways, like let's say a Razorpay or a PayU. So their gateway experience also comes within WhatsApp, where now I can pay through a card or through net banking as well. And that experience also opens in something called as the web view itself. So it's the browser experience happening within WhatsApp. So that's the second one, which is payments. Third one, I already spoke about digital acquisitions. This is basically the ad that I was targeted for opening the savings account. Basically, what this slide basically talks about is that there are multiple ways you can bring the user into WhatsApp. It could be through a QR code scan offline. It could be a newspaper ad for opening an account. I scan that and I come onto WhatsApp. Or it could be a paid entry point. And that's what was the ad that I had shown you, where you're paying for that ad on Instagram, Facebook. And from there, you're bringing the user onto WhatsApp. And then obviously those ads can be on any of our Facebook or Instagram surfaces. Very recently, we've also launched the ability to put these ads within WhatsApp. But that's on the updates tab of WhatsApp, where you see everybody's status. So now while the statuses will be there, very soon you'll also be able to place your ads in between those. And when I click on that ad within WhatsApp itself, it will take me into the WhatsApp journey, just like the rest of the journeys, right? So the placement of the ad now is just not going to be on Instagram, Facebook. It's also going to come on WhatsApp. Voice and vernacular. This one's actually the reason why a lot of adoption is happening in the financial services space. So while you saw the videos of voice notes, etc., it's not restricted to be only in English. So a couple of the banks are already live with voice notes in Hindi, in English, in Gujarati, etc. Obviously, the ability to understand context is for you to build as a business. Also, your communications, be it utility nudges or marketing nudges, need not be only in English. We've got English, Hindi, and 9 other vernacular languages that we support. So if your CRM can map my language preference, next time around you can reach me in Marathi or Gujarati, my preference of language, and you will probably start seeing a higher engagement. A voice, there are 2 parts to it. One obviously is the ability to send voice notes, which you saw in the first video. And the other one was, in this use case, we spoke about voice calling. So I just want to quickly cover, touch base on voice calling, where this is how the experience is going to be. It basically is going to allow you to have a mix of chat experience and calling experience. So imagine while I'm on the call, wanting to know about my shopping card, the agent is pushing me a PDF of that card with more information right there. So it's a chat plus talking experience happening within WhatsApp itself. So what will happen is, on the top right, you can activate that calling experience once you integrate. So today, if you go and see your chats with any businesses, you will not see that calling option, because we've just launched this. Over a period of next few months and quarters, you'll start seeing all customers integrate to their contact center. And this experience can be enabled to provide an end-to-end engagement journey as a mix of chat plus voice. While it's not on the slide, we've also announced that we'll soon also launch video calling as well. So if you have your KYC use cases, I think those will also get enabled on our platform. I want to play this video just to showcase the fact that voice calling is not limited to terminating on your contact center to talk to a live agent, but a lot of the contact centers today have AI agents answering first, right? So this is actually an example of, it's a live example. It's not a FinServe example, but first of its kind that's already live. So I want to just show you this on how agentic AI can play a strong role in the voice calling use case.
How can I assist you today?
Hi, I'm looking for a 2 BHK for rent. Can you help me?
Sure. Can you please share the city and the locality where you're looking for the 2 BHK? Also, let me know your budget range.
Yeah, I'm looking for this property in Belindur, Bangalore, and my budget is 40 to 45,000.
Got it. You're looking for a 2 BHK in Belindur, Bangalore, with a budget of 40 to 45,000 rupees. Let me search for properties that match your requirements. One moment, please. I found a property for you. It's a 2 BHK in Belindur, Bangalore, with a rent of 35,999 rupees per month. The size is 1,080 square feet, located in the RC Sainiketan building.
नहीं मैम, ये वाली प्रॉपर्टी तो मुझे नहीं पसंद आ रही. एक दूसरी प्रॉपर्टी दिखा दीजिए प्लीज.
ठीक है, मैं आपकी पसंद के अनुसार दूसरी प्रॉपर्टी ढूंढती हूँ.
The female is the bot,
प्रतीक्षा करें. यहाँ एक और प्रॉपर्टी है. ये तो BHK है, जिसकी लोकेशन काईकोंडराली, बैंगलोर में है. क्या आपको ये पसंद है?
जी हाँ मैम, ये वाली प्रॉपर्टी अच्छी है. इसके ओनर को कैसे कांटेक्ट कर लूँ मैं?
अच्छा लगा सुनकर कि आपको ये प्रॉपर्टी पसंद आई. मैं आपको सुझाव दूंगी कि आप नो ब्रोकर का रिलैक्स प्लान चुनें. इसमें एक डेडिकेटेड मैनेजर आपकी पूरी प्रक्रिया संभालेगा और मालिक से संपर्क कराने में मदद करेगा. क्या आप इसमें रुचि रखते हैं?
जी हाँ मैम.
प्लीज होल्ड ऑन फॉर अ मिनट. लेट मी चेक विद दैट. मैंने आपको नो ब्रोकर रिलैक्स प्लान की जानकारी और पेमेंट लिंक व्हाट्सएप पर भेज दी है. इसे चेक करके आप आगे की प्रक्रिया शुरू कर सकते हैं. धन्यवाद. क्या आप मुझे सुन सकते हैं?
जी हाँ मैम. बस ठीक है, थैंक यू. यहाँ से मैं बाय कर लूँगा.
ठीक है, धन्यवाद. नो ब्रोकर से संपर्क करने के लिए हम आपकी मदद करते रहेंगे. शुभ दिन.
So this one's live, so you can ping no broker on WhatsApp and experience the voice bot. So that was on voice and vernacular. Utility alerts, I've already sort of covered this, but the only limited point I want to make over here is that these alerts will be key to building your engagement on the platform, because you want to nudge the users at the right time with information that the user wants, which is non-promotional in nature, right? So if you build that engagement, and then in that thread, you eventually also nudge him for any upsell, cross-sell, you'll start seeing better ROI on your marketing campaigns as well. And of course, the service element is very, very critical, where you allow the users to message you, and you should be able to service them with all their queries. Earlier, if you look at the experience maybe a year back, and you would say hi to businesses, they would give you like a menu experience, and then you go through more sub-threaded menus, and that's a bad experience. But through AI now, you can actually give a great experience where I can just send a voice note or simply a natural text, and the bot can respond, right? So on the utility side, I think there are great use cases even on the financial inclusion side as well. Imagine all the Jan Dhan accounts. Today, subsidies getting credited into those accounts. And you actually have, and the use cases that we hear from banks where farmers then call the contact center 10 times a day just to know if their subsidy got credited or not. So it'll be great if you can just send an alert on WhatsApp, a digital e-receipt saying 500 rupees has been credited, and give a click to action to check balance right there. You don't even need to, the farmer doesn't have to walk 30 kilometers to a branch to update his passbook, right? So those are interesting use cases that you can actually think about to bring on the utility side. Recently, we've also brought in fraud awareness under this category. So you can also educate the customers on how to keep themselves safe, not to share pins and things like that. And we now categorize those also under the utility category. Of course, the message richness goes, you can see in terms of, you obviously have a larger 550 character real estate to explain your message better, and it has click to actions and rich media. Finally, we are seeing a lot of adoption happen on the AI side. Newer use cases come up. I'll show you two examples. Again, these are not FinServe examples, but it will give you an idea of how quickly the platform is evolving. So from a WhatsApp perspective, we only allow for rich media to be exchanged, right? So you can actually send a static video to all your 100,000 customers. May not be a great experience. But today at scale, you can start personalizing those videos. So I'll show you two examples of those.
नमस्ते मिस्टर कुमार, आइए आपकी लिपिड प्रोफाइल टेस्ट की रिपोर्ट को समझते हैं। आपके ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स 210 mg/dl है। इसकी नॉर्मल रेंज 150 mg/dl से कम होती है। आपका HDL कोलेस्ट्रॉल 54 mg/dl है। इसकी नॉर्मल रेंज 50 mg/dl से ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए। और इसके साथ आपके अन्य रिजल्ट, जिसमें आपका एपोलिपोप्रोटीन 72 mg/dl है, ये अपनी नॉर्मल रेंज से थोड़ा कम है। और आपका VLDL कोलेस्ट्रॉल 54 mg/dl है, जो कि अपनी नॉर्मल रेंज से थोड़ा ज़्यादा है। और बाकी के 8 पैरामीटर्स एकदम नॉर्मल है। अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने डॉक्टर से ज़रूर कंसल्ट करें। डॉक्टर लाल पैथ लैब से रेगुलरली टेस्ट करवाइए और अपनी सेहत का अच्छा ख्याल रखें।
So what you can see in this video is it has a bunch of variables. So it's addressing me personally and telling me all the factors in my report which were off. So it's just simply replacing the PDF that they would send me saying, here is your report. They've now gone ahead and explained it, right? So use cases are many. Imagine if I receive my credit card statement on WhatsApp and it already gives me a credit card summary, like how did I consume my card this month versus the previous month and things like that, right? So these are at scale videos that our partners now enable on the platform. So you need not only send static content, it can be, it can have variables in the video. And this way you can personalize your content. It's not just variables in the video, but you can even look at branding. So I'll play you the next video. This is a Bajaj Pulsar video.
When everyone is online, go offline. Pulsar NS400Z. Chala.
So here you can see that the TV campaigns that they did, they wanted to bring their audience into the ad films. So they took my selfie and they replaced whoever the lead was in that with my own images, right? So just ways in which you can get creative, and that's where AI can start playing a role in the way you choose to engage your customers. So I'll just end with another quick case study. This one's from Axis Bank, again to show you the kind of results that financial services customers are now seeing on WhatsApp. That's all I had. Happy to take questions. We still have about 3 minutes. My request is for all the screenshots or videos you may have taken, please keep that to yourselves. Don't post it on any social media. But you can consume it internally to build your journeys. Any questions? Sure.
So the onboarding journey which you showed for the bank, right? So is it compliant, right, from the PIA perspective, DPDP Act and so on? I'm looking for a non-banking use case, which is like retail broking, KYC use case. And you mentioned the in-house browser as well, right?
Right.
So the video KYC can be done through that as well.
Absolutely. So see, from a compliance lens, the financial services entity, be it let's say a bank or an NBFC, would be regulated by RBI, right? So you obviously have to go by those guidelines. We do publish our audit reports, which gets consumed by the banks and by RBI to give them comfort on where their data is residing and the fact that it's not being consumed. So we give that comfort because we are not regulated. The bank or the NBFC is, right? So from a PII perspective, you need to take care of it. But yes, the form journeys, the web experiences, hence, make it easier to consume and collect that kind of data, because then that PII data is not residing within the chat thread. And that's where your form experience or the web experience can come in handy. And that's what makes these journeys compliant.
What's the go live of the
The web view? Web view is actually already live in some shape and form. About 20% users in India already have it, but we are seeing end of this calendar year, it should be 100% rollout.
Thanks.
That was a question. Yeah.
Yeah, hi Gaurav. This is Shashi. Gaurav, earlier in this, today we had a session and there was a thing about that voice banking is the next big thing touted as, because it will be catering to the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. It will, what I can say is that digitally illiterate people can get into the banking sector over through this voice banking. They were discussing about how they were using this AI open warehouses that there, or some yeah, I think so. He talked about some tools where he's reiterating with the voice things. But the area of concern is that how you are, means Meta is solving this problem of having the gaps in understanding the language, because the language can be varied in the Indian context. Even the Hindi, if he selects the person, the Hindi might be differing from the person sitting next to me and me. So how Meta is addressing this concern, and whether this will be lying as a problem to the business owners, or else Meta is solving this problem at their platform level.
That's a great question. For the time being, the problem resides with the business. Think of WhatsApp as simply the pipe delivering your content. We are not doing the AI for you. So in the example when you saw HDFC Bank, when I'm sending a voice note to them, the voice note as a raw file is with the bank. They can ingest it into the LLM that they are using to understand the intent and send me back my credit card statement that I asked for, right? So at this moment, you can think of WhatsApp just allowing you to send messages in natural language or to send voice notes or do WhatsApp voice calling. The AI is sitting with the entity, which is the business, and you can choose whatever AI stack that you're building today to solve and understand the intent. Will Meta get into this and solve, because we also have our own LLM stack? It's probably on the roadmap. We'll see when it comes. But as of now, we are not playing an active role from a messaging and voice calling context on WhatsApp. The AI resides with the business.
Yeah. Hi, Gaurav. Yeah. On the journey bit that you talked about here. Yeah.
I know. I'm just sorry. Last question.
Yeah. On the journey bit, you talked about flows and it's not persistent and it kind of. But if you upload documents, like let's say scan of whatever, is there a way to not make that persistent as well? That's one. And secondly, again, from a journey standpoint, probably your partners already have it, but I just want to make sure that, if I as a business wants to continuously sort of make changes to the flows journeys, for example, do all your partners generally enable that, or is it I need to keep going back to them to kind of make that change?
Got it. Yeah, great question again. First part of your question, we actually have document upload as an option within the form. So within the WhatsApp flows itself, you can ask me to upload my, let's say, a PAN card. And when I submit the form, the document is coming to you, it's not remaining on the WhatsApp chat thread. So within the flows itself. So if you don't want any document to reside within the chat thread, use flows for that. And that's why we launched it. Or take the user to the web views journey and on your web page, collect the document. You have both the options. In both options, the document does not remain on WhatsApp. The second question in terms of developing flows and making edits to the flows, again, we have a set of partners. They're called as BSPs, business service providers. And all of them are equipped to build these journeys on flows, as well as update those as and when you want to make changes to it. So it's completely managed at the partner end. It's not recommended that you try to do it yourself. Awesome. Thank you so much. I hope the session was useful. I'll stay back if you need me.